Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Bitcoin. I do track it for friends I haven't traded in a while. And here we go. So now it's back in the news. Now everybody gets back on board and all the shorts start drooling. All the haters come out of nowhere. They don't understand it. It's fake money. And I say, it's just like gold. They throw stones at me. What do you mean? No way it's like gold. Of course it is. And it's almost the same as cash, the concept, especially the American cash, because the only thing propping up the American cash is us. We believe in it, therefore it has value. We like gold, therefore it has value. People like Bitcoin, therefore it has value. Period. End of story. Gold has the only reason people pay big money for it is because people think it's beautiful and they want to own it and it's rare. Same with Bitcoin. It's rare. Anyway, so don't argue with that fact. And I'm going to show you how the chart says you shouldn't short it. It says that it has, anyway, surprise at the end. So here we go. This is a daily chart, 1 year. Nice trend, higher lows. It hits resistance. It overcomes it middle of way somewhere in the past 6 months. It comes back, it tests the resistance line for footing. It overcomes it. It hits another lines of resistance, and now a couple of days, it's above that. It's probably going to come back and test it. So higher lows, the bull's in charge, right? I think it's the best performing assets in the last 10 years. We'll check that in a little bit. So this is a daily chart. We can't tell much of it, except that the bulls are in charge, and every dip is getting bought, and every challenge line is being overcome. So, by the way, I'm not an uber bull of this. I'm just sharing the chart. This could be whatever, GE for all I'm concerned. Here are the lines that I put on it. Back here, there was a tight stint. I remember I may have even done a video on this one back then, and I'll show you why, because I drew this one too. I'm going to go back and check to see if I did the video before that. You can do that too. So it was a tight situation. I said one of these two scenarios is going to unfold. The up one did. They over-delivered on the upside target. I drew a base here for some reason. We'll find out later when I zoom out. And I drew this one, and this looks like it is unfolding according to plan. So in order to see how these two, this line and this base come into play here, I'm going to have to zoom out. I'm going to go to a weekly. And I know there's a lot of information here, but I'm going to try to focus your eyes on the prize. So this is the line we were looking at. It's still highlighted. You see that? This is the base we were looking at. So the base served as that, a base. It's not a hard line in the sand. It's just a place where they test it, and then they're using it as footing. And now comes the exciting part. Several reasons that have more upside potential from here. First of all, this white line is almost filled. So if you think about it, I was just talking to somebody, and this is the same chart. I just marked it up. In fact, I'll mark it up again. Now this is a weekly chart now, 5 years worth of business. So this was a breakout point. This was my target. So it still has a little bit to go. My target, I think, was conservative. Technically, if you look at it, there's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, or a cup and handle, whatever. It's a neckline. It's very, look, I mean, I don't know what's behind here, but technically, this should be the upside potential. Eyeball, boom. They two equal? Anyway, so somewhere up here is the target. I put it here because of past failures. So it still has room from that perspective. Okay, so that's one reason. The other reason is you can argue that depends on what happens with this weekly candle. What if this the neckline that is breaking out really, and this is a cup and handle, has the same upside only from up here? All right, is this equal to this? Anyway, so somewhere up here. So now we're looking at a target somewhere here. You can be surgical about it, but I'll tell you what my conclusion would be at the end. What if this is the bowl, or like this is a bowl, this is a shallower bowl, and a shallower bowl? Is there such a pattern? Regardless, there's a neckline up here that's also being challenged, and the depth could be this much. Any which way you slice it, shorting it depends on this candle right here. What happens the rest of the week? This is a weekly chart. Says respect it. Know that it could fail right here, meaning you don't need to start full long here, but don't short it. Be stubborn with your short. Put a tight stop. So what are the actionable lines? This one right there. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. It's hard to put, like, I mean, we're talking thousands here. Open air, question mark, I don't know. We'll see. When something breaks into open air, the bears, the machines to sell it, they don't have any immediate reference. They'll have to refer to this mess back here, and it's not as impactful, meaning it's almost like open air, like completely open air. So I would not be stubborn shorting this. I want to see what the hell this is here, to see if I need to take it off. Yeah, okay, so that was a mini Head and Shoulders that came to fruition, but you know, it's no longer meaningful here, so I'm just going to blow it out. It's just no visual noise. When I do this weekly, it comes right in the middle of things. Then I can't see anything. So now you can see how point, clear setup, technical setup. So the upside should be this much, however much this is. 6,500 points. So from here, it should be 6,500 points from here. Oh my God, it's late. Somewhere around there. This is the upside target. So clearly I was conservative. But the same message. I don't short it. I don't short it. I don't short it. Just to short it. And if I do short it, I should put my stop right there. Because if it closes above this one on a weekly basis, it should have room to run. It might stall here. 14,372. But these are big numbers, right? Think of what happened to Tesla. Remember that poke to 900 and whatever, 960 before it split? It looked like it would never go back there, right? It looked like a freak of nature. It happened in an amazing way. And now, yep, well, it wasn't. It was not the top. It happened and they just clobbered it. So it's not always like Tilray. Remember Tilray went to 300, never recovered. Tesla went to 960. I would not be surprised to know that the CNBC guy, what's his name? Carter Worth, did the same video about Tilray that he did on Tesla. It will never come back there. Yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And this guy, I would not want to short it. And if I do, I would definitely put a stop on it. Starting longs here is putting a lot of faith in this. But if you're in it for the super long term, who cares? Like gold, it was not a perfect time to get long in 2011 when it hit that funky top. And it took it until now to break out a bit. And so if you're patient, you can own it forever. Nick signing out.